It is Thursday, March 21st, and the Splash Zone is back in your life. I am Matt Modi, and I'm here to give you my 3 favorite NBA player props for today's NBA betting slate. Of course, before we can get into today's picks, we got to do a recap from yesterday, which ended up being another pretty good day. We've now had 5 straight days in the green, 5 straight profitable days. Granted, some of them have been slightly in the green, like up half a unit, but still, profitable day nonetheless. We will not apologize for days in the green, and that continued yesterday. On my mainline plays, I went 3 and 2, up 1.14 units. Because of the blowout, we did not get Domantas Sabonis over his PRA to cash. Luckily, we did cash out his triple-double for a ladder play. We also did not cash out Tyrese Maxey 4+ made 3-pointers. One of the worst games of Maxey's career, just not even close with that one. But we were able to cash out Jason Tatum over 3.5 made 3-pointers, 4 juicy odds. We also cashed out James Harden over 8.5 assists and Damian Lillard over 35.5 points plus assists, and a ridiculous, meaningless buzzer beater for the game, but it was very meaningful for me. Again, 3 and 2, up about 1.1 units on mainline plays. As for ladder plays, as I mentioned, we got the Domantas Sabonis triple-double to cash. We lost our other 2 ladder plays, but because of the juicy odds, we ended the day yesterday up about 0.2 units on ladder plays. So a pretty good day overall. On the entire season, on the Splash Zone, we are up 79.8 units. I really want to hit that 80 unit of profit mark. That would be amazing. And then on ladder plays, which I started tracking a little bit less than a month ago, we're up 6.03 units on ladder plays specifically. A little bit stagnant on ladder plays. Would like to get some cashes there. But still amazing success that we've had on the entire season. It's just been incredible. So if you've been riding with me, I would appreciate it if you could like the video. If you could comment as well, let me know your thoughts. And then if you're new to my channel, would recommend subscribing. We've been cashing out on these NBA player props. And it's baseball season, which means it's home run season. And I've already started cashing out on my home run props as well. So definitely recommend hitting that subscribe button. Enough of that. You're only as good as your most recent bangers. So let's see if we can splash around and get wet today. Our first play is in the Bulls versus Rockets game. I'm taking Nikola Vucevic over 11.5 rebounds, -128 odds at FanDuel. I actually think the odds might have changed since I put this out. It might be -120 by the time you're watching this, but I'm only going to track the official plays that I give out. So I'm going to track it at -128, even though -120 would be better for me. So in terms of the matchup, the Rockets have sneakily been one of those teams that have allowed a lot of rebounds to centers. And Vooch has shown the ability to crush these sorts of teams. Now, if you look at his last 10 games, you're only going to see that he's cashed in 4 of those 10 games. But you got to look at the individual matchups and in the games that he did cash. So for centers specifically, centers rack up the most rebounds against teams that shoot in the paint close to the basket, right? Guards will collect more rebounds on teams that are jump shot heavy. Teams that attack the rim lend to more rebounds to centers. And if you're curious for my logic there, it's just because the farther away the shot is from the basket, the farther away it bounces off the rim as well, which maybe leads to more rebounds to guards as opposed to centers. So, again, to confirm, teams that shoot the ball in the paint, like 5 feet and in, lend more rebounds to centers. And to help illustrate this point, so in the last 10 games, the Pacers are attempting the most shots within 5 feet of the basket, and the Wizards are attempting the second most shots within 5 feet of the basket. Well, Vooch just played both of these teams in the last 10 games. He had 13 rebounds against the Wizards, and he had 12 rebounds against the Pacers. Against the Pacers, he had 18 rebound opportunities, and against the Wizards, he had 17. Now, in that Wizards game, he only played 30 minutes because that game was a blowout. That shouldn't happen today. It should be a close game today. So, in teams that are 1 and 2 in terms of shots within 5 feet of the basket, Vooch went over. Well, guess who's third in the NBA in terms of shots within 5 feet of the basket? That's right. That would be your Houston Rockets. That's a great sign for Vooch's rebound prop, and that's a reason why I'm on this play. And if you just look at the entire season, the Rockets are allowing the 5th most rebounds per game to Vooch's rebounding style, and that's according to Courtside Pal. And then according to #NBA, over the past 30 days, they're allowing the 5th most rebounds to centers. We don't have enough sample size to see how differently things are going to be without Şengün in the lineup. My guess is that that's only going to make rebounds for opposing centers even better, but we'll have to see about that. But ton of reasons why to like this play for Vooch rebounds. That's our first play. Next up, Kings versus Wizards game. I'm taking Domantas Sabonis over 44.5 points, rebounds, assists, -120 odds at Bet365. I know that he didn't cash his PRA for us yesterday, but he at least did cash the triple-double, so we ended in the green on Sabonis plays specifically. And I'm running the entire thing back. I'm running the whole thing back. I'm also going to ladder him to a triple-double as well, plus 225 odds at BetRivers, another half unit on that bad boy. It really was a bummer that he missed his PRA yesterday. He ended with 40, and we had over 45 and a half, and he didn't play the entire fourth quarter. It's almost a guarantee that he would have hit if he had played the fourth quarter. But he at least still did cash out the triple-double for us, so it wasn't a horrible day overall. And this matchup today against the Wizards, it's just perfect, absolutely perfect for Sabonis to rack up all of the stats, all of the points, all of the rebounds, and all of the assists. Yes, this game could be another blowout. I don't necessarily think it's going to be a 40-point game in the third quarter, so hopefully he does play in the fourth quarter. And the matchup, it's just silly how capable he is of dominating the Wizards. So starting with scoring, the Wizards are giving up the second most points per game to Sabonis' shooting profile, the most points per game to his scoring profile. All that's telling you is that they give up a ton of points to centers. Over the past 30 days, they've allowed the second most points per game to centers. I think that should continue today. Last time these two teams played, Sabonis put up 28 points. As for rebounds, I just mentioned that the Wizards are attacking the paint at the second highest frequency in the NBA over the past 10 games. That bodes well for Sabonis. The Wizards are also literally allowing the most rebounds per game to Sabonis' rebounding style. Again, this is all per courtside, pal. And over the past 30 days, the Wizards are allowing the third most rebounds per game to centers. Sabonis has just been collecting rebounds at an absolutely ridiculous rate. His over-under is 15.5. He's gotten 14 or more rebounds in 9 of his last 10 games. The one game he missed, he still had 11, which, yeah, that's an under. That's still double-digit. That's still a decent rebounding day. And as for assists, Sabonis had 10 assists last night against the Raptors. He had 12 assists against the Wizards the first time these two teams played this year. And the Wizards are giving up the second most assists per game to his playmaking style per courtside pal. It's just a dream matchup for Sabonis to rack up a bunch of assists, a bunch of rebounds, a bunch of points. This is another situation where I like all three of those stats individually to go over. Just got to hope we don't get burned like we did last night. But triple-double, PRA, absolutely love for Sabonis as our second play. Third and final pick of the video, Pelicans versus Magic game. I'm taking Paolo Banchero over 1.5 made three-pointers plus 105 odds at DraftKings. So I gave this play out on my dub club last night. I was able to get it at plus 115. Still like it at plus 105 as of this morning, so that's what we're going to go with. And I get that Paolo three-point props. It's going to sound scary, so I'll go ahead and label this our Pepto play of the day. While, yes, he's not a knockdown shooter by any means, and while he's only gone over this number in 3 of his last 10 games, his floor is there. He's literally made at least one three-pointer in all 10 of his last 10 games. And there's certain matchups where he fires away from deep. 2 games ago, 7 three-point attempts against the Raptors. Last week, 8 three-point attempts against the Pacers. And then he had a 3-game stretch earlier in this same 10-game sample size where he had a combined 13 three-point attempts. For someone that only needs to make 2, I like that type of volume, right? That's great. And this is a matchup where he should have the volume. Over the past 10 games, the Pelicans are allowing the third most pull-up three-point attempts in the entire NBA. Only the Bucks and the Suns are ahead of the Pelicans. And on the Magic, Paolo takes and makes the most pull-up three-point attempts. He attempts about a full shot more from pull-up three-pointers than the next closest guy. Again, that's over the past 10 games. Another reason why I like this play tonight is if you look at that same 10-game time frame, the Pelicans are tied for second in terms of how many wide-open three-point attempts they've allowed. Wide open as defined by NBA.com as 6 or more feet of space. Essentially with the Pelicans, they know they have long, lanky defenders that are really good inside. They know that sometimes that dissuades people from shooting in general. So they'll just leave you open from 3 and they will dare you to shoot. And over the past 10 games, on wide open three-point attempts, Banchero's making 53.3% of his wide open attempts. So he's probably going to get 3 wide open attempts. He's probably going to get maybe 1 or 2 more that are a little bit more heavily contested. As long as he cashes 2, we're good to go. And that's all we got. 3 bangers for you guys to lock in. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And the last thing I mention at the end of every video. I do have a dub club, and I want to be very clear. So the dub club is only $5 a month. And I'm not trying to sell you some sort of VIP picks package or anything like that. The plays you see me give out for free on YouTube or for free on Twitter, those are the plays that I give out on Dub Club. My logic for even having the Dub Club in general and why people sign up. There's some people that want to tail the picks that don't really care about the YouTube video. They don't care about the analysis. Or there are people that want to tail, but there are some days where they just don't have time to watch YouTube. And I'd probably say the most common reason why people sign up is because by the time you watch the videos, sometimes the odds change and people are like, hey, I like the picks. I'm down to watch the YouTube video, but by the time I get to it, the odds change. That's why I came out with the Dub Club. I only wanted to charge a very cheap amount because you can get everything for free. But whether you want to get them early, it gets texted immediately to your phone, or directly to your phone, I should say. So you don't have to worry about anything. It gets sent directly to your phone. $5 a month for the Dub Club. If you'd rather pay the best cost of free on YouTube and on Twitter, that's totally fine with me. But that's all we got. Appreciate everybody for watching, and have a good one.